Hey guys, coming here with eTrailer, and today we're going to be taking a look at Redline's plastic stem and rubber socket door holder. Our neighbor today came to us with an issue that his door just kind of swings around in the wind because there's nothing really holding it. There's no gas strut, there's no chain kind of holding the top or bottom of the door in place. So anytime he opens his trailer while he's working, it just swings around wildly in the wind, especially if his trailer's not level. And when you're out at the job site, your trailer is most likely never going to be level. So the solution today is going to be our Redline plastic stem and rubber socket door holder. It's going to hold our door in place and prevent it from swinging back and forth, potentially hitting anything that might be near it. The stem of our door holder here today is going to be plastic, and then our actual holder is a rubber so that it allows that end on that plastic stem to actually click into it. And just from that little bit of use right there, you can see that this really does get a very nice tight grip on our stem. It's going to give you a 2 1/4 inch gap between your wall and your door when it's actually in place in the holder as well. As far as the installation goes, it is easy peasy, something you can easily do within a few minutes. The most important thing is just knowing exactly what you're going to be drilling into and making sure that you're using the right hardware, because it's not going to come with any. You're going to have to figure out what you need for your specific fit. Like with ours today, I knew that this door was just going to have styrofoam in it, so accordingly I used a bolt with a nut on the other end to hold it to our door. But on our other side with our holder, I could easily just use a self-tapping screw to just shoot it right into the frame. So your door holder is going to come with just the plunger piece and the holder. It's not going to come with any hardware, just because they don't know exactly what you're going to be going through. For our specific trailer today, I'm going to be using a self-tapping screw through our base, and then I have a really long bolt that I'm going to be pushing through our plunger and pushing it into the door, just because on our enclosed trailer, this door doesn't actually have any wood in it. It's just a thin sheet of metal on the outside and inside, and then just styrofoam on the middle. So shooting a normal screw through there, it really wouldn't have anything to grip onto. So a long bolt and a nut on the other end is going to help hold that in place, because we are going to be putting quite a bit of pressure once we push this in and pull it out. So we want to make sure that our bolt's going to be able to actually hold that to the door and the holder to the wall. For that, we're going to need a Phillips head bit for our bolt, a couple of sockets. I'm also going to be drilling a hole in the door so that I can have that bolt go through. So I'm going to be using a hole punch first, just to make sure that that hole kind of gets indented a little bit before I put my drill bit on it, and that's going to help prevent my drill bit from walking at all. So let's go ahead and show you how we installed this. Placement of our holder and our plunger for our door, with how little bit of room we have here and how much the door passes past the actual side here of our trailer. I'm going to go ahead and put my holder right here, and I've already kind of looked up under here and I know that there's a metal beam right there just for the frame of the trailer wall itself. So I want to get into that just so that I have more security with this. So I'm going to put my self-tapper through, take my drill, and we're going to pop this right into place. And we'll get that on there nice and tight. Now we can go ahead, we'll take our plunger, and I'm not going to fully push that in yet, just kind of have to it. Like I said, this does really grip onto there, so trying to get those two apart just by hand when it's not attached to a door can be a little bit difficult. And we'll swing our door out and see where that matches up. What I'm going to do is just take my pencil. I'm just going to outline our plunger. Now that I have this outline on my plunger, I know where the center is going to be. Right here, make a little mark, and then I'm going to close the door so I don't have this moving on me. One other thing to check before making any holes is also just whether or not this plunger side is going to come into contact with anything in here. We don't want the door threshold from blocking our bolt to come through, but we're plenty high enough, we shouldn't have to worry about that. Now that I get my hole punch in place, let's go ahead and hammer that in a little bit. And we'll grab our drill bit and drill through. like I said, it's just styrofoam in there, so shooting a self-tapper would have had nothing to hold on to. But we can make sure our bolt passes through. So I'm gonna take a wrench actually to just hold that bolt in place, and I got my bolt through my plunger. Go ahead, get that started with just my hand. I am using a locking nut, so it is gonna provide a little bit extra protection so that it actually stays on there. Don't have to worry about it loosening. And now we can just tighten this down. Now we have this on nice and secure. You can go ahead and cut that little tip off if you want to. If not, not that big of a deal. This trailer is being used for work purposes, so it doesn't have to be that perfect. Now that we have that secured in place, let's go ahead and test it out. Well, I think that about does it for our look at Redline's plastic stem and rubber socket door holder. My name's Kevin. Thanks for watching.